Right, so this is going to be my last gear review of 2024, and I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, everybody who's following along with the journey. Next year, I'm setting a crazy goal of trying to hit 5,000. I think that it's doable if I play my cards right, so if you haven't followed and you've watched all my videos, what are you doing? Just give me that subscribe. You know, I'm going to put it right here already, and let's just jump into it. So you guys know me. I am not a very technical reviewer. I don't go into like the CRIs and the outputs and all the crazy technical stuff. I'm more of like a real life reviewer, somebody who uses the products and sees the pros and cons right away. If you haven't watched my DJI Pro review, which I'm actually going to be making an updated version next year because I am using them right now and I have been using them for a while. I'll put it up here so you can check it out. But today we're talking about the small rig RC60Bs, which stands for bicolor lights. These things, and I'm just not going to sugarcoat it, these things let me down. And there's one reason why it let me down, and it's kind of my fault. I will say that. I didn't really look into the product. I just got excited. They're small, light, and I was like, man, this is what I'm looking for, something travel worthy, something compact. And don't get me wrong, these things are amazing, but yeah, we'll talk some more about it. So the small rig RC60Bs are a small COB light with an internal battery. So the internal battery is something that I fell in love with right away. It's something that actually really sold me on the light, that they had that internal battery. Going back to the internal battery, they take forever to charge, and I'm not kidding you. I charged them, I put them on a charger, I put them on, maybe it was a slower charger, but I've charged all my gear with this outlet, and I've never had this issue. But I charged them overnight, and I got back and they were still at 60%. They did not charge all the way. I had to actually charge them at a wedding. I got them to about 70% at a wedding, but we'll talk more about some options if you have that issue. So let's go ahead and open up the package right now. I'm going to show you what's inside. So obviously it comes with this sweet carrying case. Small Rig's always been really good about providing carrying cases, and just their packaging's always been super legit. I've always loved that about them. So, all right, so we're gonna open this bad boy up and kind of show you what comes in this case. So you have this little guy right here, which is just kind of like a handheld, you know, you can put the light on it and hold it up if you're doing some run and gun kind of filmmaking stuff. So you get that. You also get just the typical kind of umbrella mount system. So this just screws right onto the bottom of the unit, so you can put an umbrella mount in there. Super dope. And I love that they actually have like a good umbrella mount, so you can screw it in nice and tight. A lot of the people just put like little springs. It never works. All right, so you get this is a really long USB-C cable, and I don't think this is the actual one. So this is a USB-C-A, and I'm going to show you why I have this in there. I did use these lights recently at a wedding, and I didn't like them once I found out something we're going to talk about in a second. So this is just a USB-C to A, and I use this because I use one of these. This little MP battery, and you can actually clip this on the back with the provided power brick case. So this is actually for like a power brick. You can do the same thing. I just actually happen to have a lot of these kind of MP batteries, so I put this on there like that, so you can see that right there. And this has a USB-A out, and I went into the C, and it worked really good. It kept them powered. They didn't die. They also charged when you turned them off, so it worked out really well. Yeah. So this is such an ingenious design, and this is something that Small Rig just always crushes it. Obviously, they are a rigging company for the most part, right? They just got into the light industry. They just started making all these new things, but what they're known for is all their like rigging things. So if you're rigging out a camera and you need a cage, or you need nano rails, you need anything like that, that's what Small Rig has been about for so long. And now they're jumping into this lighting game, and they are doing a great job. We're gonna tell the number one thing that I don't like about this light. Like I said, it's kind of my fault, and I will take the L on it. But so you get a little reflector as well. This is a mini Bowens mount. Small Rig did just, however, come out with an adapter where you can plug this into a bigger one, and you could do a like mini Bowens to regular Bowens, and you could throw modifiers on it. It does come with, oh, here it is. Comes with this guy. This thing is huge. This is a 3-meter small rig USB-C to USB-C cable. So you can actually run it down, plug it into the wall if you really needed to, and you would have constant power. This thing has active cooling, and we're going to talk more about that. Let me get the case out of here real quick. So this is the light itself. Absolutely tiny, 60 watts of power, bicolor, super easy to use. We're going to go ahead and turn it on real quick. So the turn on button. So the power button's right on the back. It's super easy, as well as the USB-C charging cable and the eco mode, which we'll talk about in a second. So all you do is switch on the unit, power's on. It tells you to turn the knob so you could, and there you go. I mean, this thing is super bright. This is at 2% and I'm blown out. So the fan stays on all the time, even when you charge it, which is really weird. I would like to see maybe a firmware upgrade if you're able to do it, and be able to turn that fan off, at least when it's charging. I don't think that there's a need for it when it's charging, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is a technical hardware issue that they needed to have that fan on while it charges. Maybe because it takes forever to charge. Yeah, so you have a mode. Oh shit. So you have a mode which can, do the typical things. You have party mode, you have flashlight, you have broken light bulb, the typical ones you see in lights these days. The one thing I did love is that when you go into the mode, there's colored sections. So it kind of shows you, it's easier to kind of navigate which one it is, like the party ones, like a pink balloon, things like that. It just makes it easy. And yeah, the whole display is just super clean. I love how the display is just bright. You could see it. It's got 2 knobs. I mean, it's so easy to use. But why am I selling it? Why am I I can't use it? I'm going to keep one of them. Give you a little backstory is I bought these for my weddings, and I thought I'd be able to have these small compact lights and be able to take them to the weddings. They're super powerful. They have an option to be able to plug them in or have that power bank on them, so they'll last for the duration of the time that I need it. I typically only use lights for the reception, and that's only for the toast part. That's only for the dancing and like the first dance, and then I turn them off during the actual open dancing. But the main problem that it had with these lights is these are not Bluetooth. This particular model is not Bluetooth. You can get the RGB one, which is maybe a couple $50 more, that has Bluetooth. And I wish I would have known that. I would have bought those. So my plan is to hopefully sell these and either buy the 100 watts or buy the RGB ones. We'll see what happens. So pros and cons. I think the pros on these lights, honestly, they're small, they're compact, they have the ability to either be plugged into a wall or you can use a power bank, and they're just neat. They're honestly cool little lights. I'm gonna keep one of the units just to have like a little kicker light, kind of like what you see back there, and probably sell the other one or do a giveaway or something like that on my Instagram. The cons on these lights is they take forever to charge. They don't have Bluetooth, and that's it. Oh, and the fan, right? Like you can't turn the fan off anyway. You can go into eco mode, which I didn't really talk about. So eco mode lets you be able to turn that off. It saves a little bit of battery power because the fan isn't running. I don't know if you run into an overheating issue. I didn't do any kind of crazy test like that. I'm sure there's tons of YouTubers out there that do more technical reviews on these. I heard the CRI is really good, and I heard that the color reproduction and all of that stuff is really, really good. But there's so many great lights out there, guys. And if you're looking for something around this price point and you don't want to go with this that has Bluetooth connectivity, I highly recommend the GEKKOTO lights, and it's about the same size of this. It's slightly bigger, but it works really well with their Bluetooth app, and you have that ability to do that. You can also rig it up to be powered with a V-mount battery. It's super easy. I'll make a video on it in the future. Small Rig did not send these lights to me. I did pay for these by myself, and I absolutely love them, but I also hate them because they don't have Bluetooth. So if you're looking for something like this, like I said, highly recommend those GEKKOTO lights. You can check them out. I'll put the link down in my description. Use my code as well. You get an extra 10% off. So this has been a journey for me. I started this YouTube channel 11 months ago to this date, and honestly, I have gained almost 500 subscribers. I've had a couple of videos that have done so good, and I'm just so pumped to get into that new year and really just focus on grinding videos out this year. Guys, thank you for everything. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.